I'm making this presentation directly to the American people with the media present, which is an honor to have you. This morning, because many of our nation's reporters and folks will not tell you the truth, because the press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty is out of control. I'm here following through on what I pledged to do. That's all I'm doing. Got 306 electoral college votes. I guess it was the biggest electoral college win since Ronald Reagan. If the Democrats, who have, all you have to do is look at where they are right now. The only thing they can do is delay, because they've screwed things up royally. Mike Flynn is a fine person. What he did wasn't wrong. What he did in terms of the information he saw, what was wrong was the way that other people, including yourselves in this room, were given that information. You can talk all you want about Russia, which was all a, fake news fabricated deal to try and make up for the loss of the Democrats. It's an illegal process, and the press should be ashamed of themselves. But more importantly, the people that gave out the information to the press should be ashamed of themselves. I've actually called the Justice Department to look into the leaks. Those are criminal leaks. When WikiLeaks, which I had nothing to do with, comes out and happens to give, they're not giving classified information. They're giving stuff, what was said in an office about Hillary cheating on the debates. And, the only thing that I do think is unfair is some of the things were when I heard some of those things, I picked up the papers the next morning and said, oh, this is going to be front page. It wasn't even in the papers. It's a joke. And the people mentioned the story. I noticed they were on television today saying they never even spoke to Russia. They weren't even a part, really. I mean, they were such a minor part. I hadn't spoken to them. I think the one person, I don't think I've ever spoken to him. I don't think I've ever met him. I own nothing in Russia. I have no loans in Russia. I don't have any deals in Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia. To the best of my knowledge, no person that I deal with does. Russia is fake news. It would be great if we could get along with Russia. I know politically it's probably not good for me. Hey, nuclear holocaust would be like no other. They're a very powerful nuclear country, and so are we. If we have a good relationship with Russia, believe me, that's a good thing. The false, horrible, fake reporting makes it much harder to make a deal with Russia. Does anybody really think that Hillary Clinton would be tougher on Russia than Donald Trump? Does anybody in this room really believe that? I can handle a bad story better than anybody, as long as it's true. And I'll tell you what else I see. I see tone. The tone is such hatred. I'm really not a bad person, by the way. No, but the tone is such, I do get good ratings, you have to admit that. The public doesn't believe you people anymore. Now, maybe I had something to do with that. I don't know. But if you were straight, I would be your biggest booster. I would be your biggest fan in the world, including bad stories about me. We had a very smooth rollout of the travel ban. We're going to keep going with that decision. We're going to put in a new executive order next week sometime. But we had a bad decision. That's the only thing that was wrong with the travel ban. Quiet, quiet, quiet. See, he lied about, he was going to get up and ask a very straight, simple question. So you heard Netanyahu yesterday. Did you hear him? Bibi. He said, I've known Donald Trump for a long time. And then he said, forget it. So you should take that instead of having to get up and ask a very insulting question. We're going to show great heart. DACA is a very, very difficult subject for me. I have to deal with a lot of politicians, don't forget. And I have to convince them that what I'm saying is right. We have to help African-American people that, for the most part, are stuck there, Hispanic American people. We have Hispanic American people that are in the inner cities, and they're living in hell.
Are you going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well,
Hispanic
I would.
Caucus?
I tell you what. Do you want to set up the meeting? Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of yours?
I'm just a reporter.
No, set up the meeting.
I know some of them, but I'm sure they're
Let's go.
watching
Set up
right
a meeting.
now.
We went 8 years with President Obama, and we went many years before President Obama. We lived in a divided nation. And I am going to try. I will do everything within my power to fix that.